Hello all and welcome to another recreation video of F-Zero Machines with your host Captain JJ back at the helm. Last time round we did the King and Queen Meteors driven by Super Hour and Mrs. Hour. Now we're moving on into the next machine in the series, which is going to be Twin Noritta number 22 driven by Gomar Shioh. First off, we're going to be choosing a colour. Now the main base of the Twin Noritta machine is going to be a silvery colour, so we've chosen the silver once again, chosen by our friends Aston Martin. The Aston Martin colours are pretty nice as well. If you are enjoying the content so far and you have been enjoying the series as well, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of all my YouTube uploads and doings. So we've done the base colour of the machine. We are now going to be doing the front area. So first off, we need to go to body 2, not body 1. Body 2. Body 2. Yeah, thank you. So body 2 is being used. Doesn't matter what sort of shape we use, so long as we cover the front bonnet to, well, signify the top of the machine. Now Twin Noritta is split into two because of the two pilots piloting it, which is pretty impossible to do with the cars of Gran Turismo, so we're going to replicate that. The interpretation is based on the XGX continuity because the anime version is just not, well, is not on the same caliber. So when you've done the bonnet, we are now going to be doing the sides of the machine. So get yourself a nice square shape. We're going to turn that around, have a look, because basically what we want to do is make sure we don't cover the headlights. That signals the other parts. So if you don't, when you've done that, you duplicate on the opposite side, and there you go. Now we are just going to move our way a little bit more to the side section because we've got a long line which we need to do here. So we're just going to get a big square. We're going to move it up. Make sure it doesn't overlap the door because we don't want it overlapping it. So when you get it to a point which you find acceptable, just reduce the size of it to make sure it doesn't go too far up the door. And also keep in mind you don't want to be overlapping the other one. And do the same as we did earlier, duplicate on the opposite side to complete the sides of the machine. There's also a small area which also needs to be covered, a little line as well underneath it, which also is the same colour. So make sure we get the right angle. Oop, no, that wasn't quite right. So we need to try and get it to the side and then stretch it out lengthways to make sure it matches up. Paint it in the same purple as before and duplicate on the opposite side, and then that section done. We are now going to be moving on to the roof section, which will be two different colours used. We will still be using the same shades as before. That is if of course we can get to the roof. So we're going to make sure we split it down. We're also going to split it down a little bit down the middle as well, for the simple fact that it also extends that part of where the section of the back is. So we're just going to do that like so. And once you're happy with it, you can do that. But now we're going to select the color. It's got a green and it's also got a purple shape to it. So we just do purple on the left and green on the right. So it's going to be a lightish sort of green because that's what it is in the Twin Noritta. And we're going to extend that to the other part, which is this flat thing at the rear of the machine. So we're going to do exactly the same as we did then. Just do that one. If you are enjoying the content so far, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you very much for subscribing. Now let's carry on with the video. So we've done that side. I've also noticed at that point, because I did it at an angle, it's not quite lined up correctly, but that's just, unfortunately, just adds a little bit extra to it. So we're just going to colour that in the same purple as we did on the left hand side, and then that's that section. Once we've had a quick look around, that's that section completed. So we are now going to be moving on to the rear of the machine. The rear of the machine has like a checkered flag pattern to it. So what we are going to do is replicate that. So what you need to do, well, it's not in there. We need to go into patterns. Patterns, thank you. Yes, pattern 1. Yep, that's it, thank you. And find the checkered, like so. You can now zoom in and see how far we go. We don't want it to overlap the rear because it doesn't go that far. So once you get it to an acceptable size, move it forward so it doesn't overlap to the rear. Just checking all the other colours. Black doesn't do much for it, so just colour it with white. Duplicate on the opposite side. There, the side's done. We also have to do the same with the rear wing. I say we've got to do the same with the rear wing. Thank you. Same pattern as we used before. I tried stretching it, but it looks, well, disgusting. So we're going to duplicate that and move across. You can overlap it, and then we're going to do the opposite side to do that. And we're also going to now duplicate. What we're going to do is cover the entirety of the rear wing, like so, without it overlapping. So now we're going back to the sides. We're going to add the numbers. Twin Noritta is number 22. So this one's going to be simple to do. All we need to do is just find 1, 2, place it in the middle where we think it's acceptable, and make sure it doesn't overlap. So around about there is fine. Yep, there we go. And we're going to duplicate, move that to the right hand side, duplicate, and then both numbers we're going to duplicate on the opposite side, like so. So then the number's done. There was a bit of an edit there because I did the preview when I realised I hadn't done the wing mirrors to the same colour as their respective sides. So well, I'm just going to replicate that now. I'm just going to rectify it right now even. Left side purple. Duplicate on the opposite side. Recolour the right hand side in the turquoise green we used earlier. And also, one last thing for the bonnet, we need to make sure it covers the grills and the side. We don't want it to go into the front grill section, the air intakes, because that's an overlap. So if you're struggling with that, move it up a little bit so that it doesn't go over the windshield either. If you feel you need to, fine, do it, but it's not preferable. Like so. Now because it's the other parts on that section, it won't overlap over the bonnet or the sides of the machine. So you can just do it like that. Oh, hello. Once you're happy with it, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm supposed to do it. Trial and error. Sometimes you've got to do it. Still having a quick look around to see what I'm supposed to be doing here. This part took a lot of trial and error, but we're going to get there eventually. The wingers at the front don't need to be changed. So once you're happy with it, you can change the colour to the purple we had earlier at the very beginning. Just make sure it lines up correctly, it's all matching. It does. And so with that, that's that front part of the section done. And that's the complete machine of Twin Noritta driven by Gomar Shioh. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified of all my YouTube doings. I'm at Invasion this weekend, but there will be daily uploads going about right now. I have one more stream tonight for F0X Climax, and then I'll be back properly again on Tuesday. And until then, it's goodbye from me.